I mean, that is the stuff of nightmares. I have never had weeds like this in my yard. What's up, guys? I'm Rhett. Welcome back to Lawn Insider. So the first thing I think is worth pointing out is that the grass overall is looking really good right now. If anything, I would say that it is a bit dry because we didn't get any rain this past week, and I haven't run my sprinklers at all since April, which is really crazy to say. We've just been getting so much consistent rain. Hopefully that keeps up because I've really enjoyed the break in the water bill as well. But the grass itself looks really good. It just looks like it could use a little bit of a drink. Like right here, for instance, you can see we do have some discoloration, which I believe is more than likely just a mixture of the heat and the fact that it hasn't gotten water in maybe like 10 days at this point. I've actually gotten some people contacting me, and they were asking how I'm managing the New Braunfels water restrictions where we can only water once a week. And this year that hasn't been an issue at all because we haven't really had to water at all, at least personally. We've just been getting that much rain to where I haven't needed to water. But let me just tell you that for the sake of the video, because I'm just all about the content, all about giving you guys videos, I haven't edged or trimmed my yard in quite some time. And you'll see that the Bermuda is trying to take over the sidewalk. And this is everywhere. This is the entire yard. And then over here on the side of my house, you can see that it's a little bit of a jungle up against the edge. Okay, so obviously I really like mowing. I'm not as big of a fan of trimming and edging. And that's just because, for one thing, I just really don't like to do it in general. And then there are some things like I have soaker hoses around the foundation and stuff like that. Just there's more steps that I have to do to go through to come out here and trim and edge. And, you know, I just don't enjoy it as much. Also, I do know that the videos where I'm edging and using the rotary scissors and stuff like that, they do perform pretty well. So that's a small part of it, but most of it is just me being lazy. And as a result of me not edging and trimming for a long time, check this out. I mean, that is the stuff of nightmares. I have never had weeds like this in my yard. And what you're seeing there is nutsedge. And it is large. This stuff has been let to grow probably for 2 months at this point. So it's really, really tall, really mature. And I'm going to go ahead and treat it in this video. And then naturally I will document the results so y'all can follow along. If you wanted a close-up view of what nutsedge looked like, just to verify that this is also what you're dealing with, there it is. Don't worry, I didn't pull that out by the roots. I just snapped it off. One of the positives of the fact that mine has gotten so long is that there is tons of surface area now for the herbicide to stick on. And obviously, the more herbicide is able to stick on the plant, hopefully at least, the more effective it should be. So how are we going to treat it? I've already got it mixed in 1 gallon of water, and this is going to be the product that treats the nutsedge. It's called Sedgehammer. And as far as how much I used a scoop of this per 1 gallon of water. So obviously if you have way more, if you're doing 2 gallons or 3 gallons, you just do 1 scoop per gallon. And then just for some insurance, in case I see some broadleaf weeds, this is actually like my primary herbicide, but as you saw back there, really I'm only dealing with nutsedge. But just in case I see something else, I did mix in 2 scoops of the Celsius as well. And I did add a splash of surfactant just to help it stick to the leaf blade even better. I'll have links to all of these products in the description box below, and I think they also come in the packet size so you wouldn't have to spring for the full bottles. Okay, everything's mixed and ready to go. We'll go camera in one hand, wand in the other, and we will go ahead and treat these weeds. So as you see, I've got a little bit right there. And then obviously this is where the crux of the problems are. And whenever you're spraying herbicide, remember that you don't have to completely douse it. You just want to make sure that you have good, even coverage over as much of that grass blade as possible. I will say, since these are so mature, they might require me to come back in a few days and give them another application, but obviously we'll see. I do also have these ones right here that I have mowed, and that's what you're seeing in these areas, these shorter ones. I'm not as sure that the herbicide will be as effective on these because they've been cut. You want to give your herbicide as much of a surface area as possible, but we're going to go ahead and treat them anyway and see what happens. So one good thing about both of those herbicides that I just showed you is that they do not have temperature restrictions. But with that being said, I am spraying this at like 4 p.m. right now, which, as we all know, is pretty much the hottest part of the day. Luckily, we do have a little bit of shade right now. This doesn't mean that there's not going to be any effect whatsoever on the grass. It just means it's not going to knock out the Bermuda. So you might see a little bit of yellowing, but it's going to affect that weed a lot more than it's going to affect the surrounding grass, and your Bermuda will definitely bounce back pretty quickly. The application has been made. All we can do now is wait and let the product do its job. But in the meantime, let's do some edging and trimming. So this is the power rotary scissors. It's what I use for my edging and trimming. You just attach it to your trimmer, and it comes with a bunch of adapters. It fits on most trimmers, not all trimmers, but most. And really, as far as maintenance goes, you just have to take the screws out and add some grease every so often. And I've had this unit for maybe 4 or 5 seasons now. I've actually gone through 2 of the heads total at this point. The first one didn't last me as long because I never got the larger blades, so I wore this housing out right here. You'll see some wear in it. And the other one just got worn down too much that I had to get a new one. But ever since I switched to the new blades, which I've had for 3 or 4 seasons, pretty much the most of the time that I've had this unit, I never got any extra wear on that. So everything you see right there is just from when it had the smaller blades. So I would recommend getting those larger blades, especially if you plan on using this as an edger as well. But I've already shown you what we're working with out here. It is pretty intense. We've got stolons that are really creeping across. So that's what Bermuda looks like when it's growing and trying to take over a new domain. It really spreads out laterally, and that is a great illustration of that. So we're going to go ahead and get this cleaned up and looking right. So I've only edged 1 sidewalk so far, and look at what we just took off. That is an insane amount of grass just for edging, at least in my yard. I mean, it never really gets that crazy. A lot of grass. Got everything cleaned up. The sidewalk and driveway are complete. And here is the finished product. And you gotta love a good edge because it's nice and crispy, really makes the yard pop. Edging I don't have as much of a problem with, or I don't dread as much. It's the trimming that's the issue. And I know that if I added more landscaping and stuff like that, that it would reduce the trimming. But then obviously those projects or undertakings in and of themselves. I know that they would improve the overall aesthetic of the lawn. I have no doubt about that. But it's just you gotta pick your poison on which projects that you start doing. And let's face it, I am more of a grass guy, but here is the side yard and everything is much improved. So there was the edger in action. Next time y'all see me, we're gonna get an update on how the herbicide is doing on the nutsedge. See y'all then. All right, jumping back on, it's now been around 2 weeks since I made that application. We've had no rain, ironically, since that's why we got the weeds in the first place, and we've had tons of heat. So as far as herbicides go, that's actually working in our favor because that makes them work a little bit more effectively. But let me show you the results. So here is the nutsedge that got treated. I never came back and hit it with another dose. So this is just after 1 application. And there are a few little plants that look like they could probably maybe have used another dose, but you'll see that for the most part, all of these weeds got smoked. And I've only left them long and not trimmed them because I did want to show y'all in the video. But that is with Sedgehammer. Another herbicide you can use for nutsedge is called Certainty. But I got the Sedgehammer bottle early on in my lawn journey, and it's going to last a long time. I know that they say it does lose efficacy after a while, but mine hasn't, obviously. It's still doing its job, and I don't have to use it too often to begin with. So there you have it. That is how you smoke nutsedge out of your lawn. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave it a like. If you're enjoying the content and you want to continue to see more of it, hit the black subscribe button below the video. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave those in the comment section below. I'll see y'all again soon. Lawn Insider, out.